Scott Shifflett. What's going on?
Ryan, glad to be back here talking about some payback here. Nice little rhyming scheme I got there.
Yeah, were you the guy that ran on the field last night in the Atlanta Braves game?
I can neither confirm nor deny, but I will say Ronald Acuna did hug me back.
Nice. Shifflett, why is your beard so red? You look like Sami Zayn. That's why I gave you it.
Dude, it's the lighting in here, lack thereof. It makes me look real red. It's
Weird
weird
because me. But anyways, we're here to preview Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, your undisputed tag team champions, versus the Judgment Day of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Throw a quick question at you, real quick, Shift. Will the Judgment Day as is stand at the end of Payback?
Ooh, yeah. No, actually, I don't think so. I think Balor gets kicked out, and him and JD McDonough or Jordan Depp, whatever they're calling him now, forms his little UK, his little Ireland faction. So
the Leprechauns?
Yeah, the Leprechauns. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So there's dissension. Obviously, there's dissension that is building. The dissension is starting to crack the Judgment Day, the hottest act on Monday Night Raw. The act that is in the main event every weekend or every week on Monday Night Raw. The act that could use a facelift. Do you agree with that? Or you think they're good as is?
I would like I know I just said JD and Finn break off, but I do think it would be nice if they added someone else because, I like the Dirty Dom thing and the Rhea thing, but Finn and Damian, it feels like they've been a little too stagnant the past couple of weeks with will they or won't they? It's not like Friends or The Office, just have them hook up or break apart type deal. So we need that, and we also need some new opponents for Kevin and Sami. It can't be Kevin and Sami insert third person here and for a 6-man tag against the Judgment Day. So hopefully we see a nice fresh restart after Payback this Saturday. What that leads to, I'm not sure, but I'm not even sure. I know I see them all over the place, but I wouldn't be mad if Kevin and Sami lost the tag titles because the injuries really did hurt Kevin and Sami's momentum as the tag champions. So it seems like they've just been feuding with Judgment Day forever. So it's like a piss or get off the pot moment one way or another. And I wouldn't be, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if Finn and Damian had the tag titles, or something that was discussed that I saw listening to Extreme Three-Way Dance where Candido and Lance Storm were tag champions, and if they turn on each other, they were going to be fired. So we could maybe do a little spin on that, where if Adam Pearce is if you guys turn on each other, maybe something like that if they do win the tag titles.
Or Rhea incorporates that. If either one of you guys crack, you got one that goes rogue, you're out of the Judgment Day. Pretty much.
And that actually works better.
Raw, even better that way. It's pretty much what she said last night on Raw is you guys need to get your shit together. Me and Dom are carrying our weight. You guys need to step up your game. The way you guys can step up your game is winning this. Now, I think that it was more likely we lose Priest here. I think Priest would be the one to kind of jet set off, and we would have Devlin kind of fill his role in the Judgment Day, and we have a new foursome of Devlin, Dom, Rhea, and Finn Balor as your quote-unquote leader. But that is a very small group. You know what I mean? So from a stature-wise, I think that Priest size and demeanor adds a lot to the Judgment Day. So I think that it's all kind of like a smoke signal until Priest is their fraction in the Judgment Day will finally crack, or it will finally conjoin. I'm trying to think of a construction word here. It will come together, or it will fully crack when it comes around to the briefcase. Either he cashes it in and they help him and it's successful, or he cashes it in and then everything tips over and they finally break off and it goes to all shit. And that's kind of where we're at. That's how I think that it's going to go. I think that Priest has a briefcase for whatever. And I still think I don't think they're going to win. I think Sami and Kay are still going to win. I think that the street fight is going to be electric. I think it's going to be great. Balor's been on next level in ring in the last I don't know, since pretty much WrestleMania, he's been great. So I feel that this is gonna be the match of the night. I feel that, and I just feel like they're gonna come up short the Judgment Day with kind of the pattern we've been going down. Priest fucks up somehow, Finn fucks up somehow, and then the dissension continues to grow, and it's gonna continue to boil, and it's not gonna overflow yet. That's kind of where I'm at and what I think is gonna go down here. But I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm glad that they added this match. I'm sure if healthy, you alluded to a little bit ago that the Sami and KO are probably both pretty banged up. So this was probably pushed to here opposed to SummerSlam. Perhaps if SummerSlam, they would have had that here, you would think. But yeah, this feels like, honestly, this is the first title defense since WrestleMania, because Backlash was a 6-man match.
Oh, God, you're right.
It was a title defense. And then they did Pretty Dudley the night before on SmackDown and Money in the Bank, and then they were off SummerSlam. So it's been a while. Only one time since WrestleMania on a pay-per-view. Whatever you want to call it.
That's crazy. But, like, you just gave me a good idea.
Yeah, it is crazy.
You just gave me a good idea when you said that maybe the Judgment Day turns on Priest when he goes to cash in, because we've seen him use the briefcase multiple times, like try to slide it to Finn, and it goes between his legs, or
the reason why they turn on him is because that briefcase is the one that is, the focal point, the subject of why there is friction in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, so that would be
that's probably how they get there. We can go down our Mark Little lanes and our Mark Middle minds and to figure out, you can see the breadcrumbs leading back to and from the briefcase. That's what I think.
And if KO and Sami do defend it, maybe they're trying to get from Monday, they're trying to get the Viking Raiders over as a threat.
Perhaps
they did take out the New Day with Drew McIntyre's help, but I think that's going to be. I think Drew McIntyre might be leading a little faction with them involved, because speaking of your little breadcrumbs, I know we're getting off. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but little breadcrumbs when he hit Xavier Woods with the chair. With the chair, I'm like, that's a flashpoint. That's a flashpoint to when it's like, oh, it was by accident. And then, like, the segment later, they had Kofi saying, oh, I know you didn't do that on purpose. And then, like, next week they're having a tornado tag match, which I'm sure is just going to be a thorough beatdown of Riddle. So
yeah, so instead of talking to Valhalla and talking to the Vikings are reaching out for guidance, the Vikings are kind of talking to their bigger god. That bigger god is Drew McIntyre in a heel role. Okay.
I'd be down for it, because he's been kind of dead in the water. He left after Mania, he came back, and the best you're going to have him with is tagging with Riddle.
Jobbed out a little bit towards Gunther, has he?
Yeah, with SummerSlam, like he lost to Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm good with that. So yeah, we're beefing up the tag team. We got DIY coming back. I'd keep the belts on KO and Sami. I would just use this as a continuous path to fracture the Judgment Day. All right, let's talk Judgment Day one more time before we get out of here. Say that this leads to a Splitsville between Priest and Balor. Which one would be better off in the Judgment Day, and which one would be better off outside of the Judgment Day? In your
Priest better off within the Judgment Day, and Balor without. I admittedly have not seen his New Japan work. I know they loved him as the Prince there, but I've loved what I saw of him in NXT and in when he came to the main roster. Remember, he was the first Universal Champion, and he hurt his arm, hurt his shoulder, and like never been able to recapture that, not until coming back and actually turning heel, to be honest. So I'm really enjoying that so far. I would love to keep him as a heel, but maybe have both of them be heels and they just still hate each other. So
okay, all right, I'm cool with that. I agree that Priest is better off, and I think we're stronger if we stay together. I think for the Judgment Day, we just keep them together and we kind of figure it out. And I don't know what they do with that briefcase, though, because I don't really suspect or see Damian Priest as a world heavyweight champion. I don't know if I see it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not. It's like the age-old saying, like, not everyone can be world champion. Like, his limit might be IC US title, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's not like he's Test or Albert as like IC champ in 2001. So he's a little bit above that. I mean, hell, he main evented a pay-per-view with Bad Bunny, for God's sakes, which was a great match. Yeah, it was a great match. Loved it. So
that was more of a spectacle than a leading role for it. You know what I mean? That was more of a spectacle spot than a leading role spot. All right, so I'm good here. All right, let's talk KO and Sami as we get out of here. I'm good if they stick together. Do you think, let's talk Sami real quick. Do you think he would be able to rekindle a fraction of where he was at in February in Montreal if he was to lose the tag belts and go off on his own?
No, but he's a made man for life now.
He is.
That, because that run, was amazing. The storytelling that they've done, added. It's just like, you look back at it, like I can remember me and you were at the Royal Rumble. We weren't sitting together, but like I'm sure I had goosebumps when the whole crowd was chanting "Fuck you, Roman," for what he did to Sami, and just like I didn't think he was going to win. But
I think he could be easily microwaved. I think so.
Yeah, but like I don't think that many people can be that hot again. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like pasta. It's like it's a good when it's initially made. It can be heated up and be just as good, but not as good as the serving that they freshly cooked. You know what I mean? A paisan like me would know that. More like corned beef. But anyways, one more question as we get out of here. The 4 components in this match: Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. You need to choose one to be a world champion in the near future. Who are you going with?
Finn.
Really?
And second place is KO.
Okay. I kind of want KO. KO deserves another run. I think they all low-key deserve a run, and I think Priest is 4th. All right, Shifflett.
I will say, before we cut out, I do not want KO and Sami to feud again. I feel it's been
I want them to be
done
friends.
too many times.
They can be distant friends. They just need to be friends.
Yeah.
Great call. All right, final prediction as we get out of here.
KO and Sami win in like 22 minutes, 25 seconds. After a mess up with the briefcase.
Writing that
down. Yep. After a mess up with the briefcase.
All right. I think that's kind of where we're going and where it should go. Pittsburgh street fight. So we'll see it there. Oh, good. Shifflett. It was good. I'll see you on the next one, buddy.
See you, buddy.